My name is Erku Yimer. I live in Rogers Park. I'm from Ethiopia originally, central Ethiopia, a little bit north of Addis Ababa. I grew up in a very remote area. To the capital city of the province, it takes about 3.5 days of walking. And I grew up like many other children, tending the cattle, herding the sheep, helping my family with the farm. Yeah, I have 8 brothers and sisters. It's a large family. One of them is my father. He doesn't know how to read and write, but he saw the value of education. He sent me to school. That was against his own interest because children in that kind of setting are very economic assets to their parents. I left Ethiopia towards the end of 1975. I came here to study, and there was a civil war, and I couldn't go back. That was 1974, the revolution that was overwhelming, deposed Emperor Haile Selassie, and after that there was a conflict between various interest groups and killing each other. Probably hundreds of thousands of people died. We were married 1974, and we have got 2 kids. One is about 40 years old, and he has got 3 kids. I'm a grandpa for 3 kids. And the other is a girl. She is not married yet, and she lives in Chicago. In 1980, some refugees from the Sudan, Djibouti, Kenya started to arrive. There was a great need to help those newly arriving refugees, even before the association was established. So with some friends, we started to give them orientation and connect them with resources. Good evening, Chicago. Welcome to a monthly program of the Ethiopian Community Association of Chicago. The Ethiopian Community Association of Chicago is located in the north side. It provides refugee resettlement and a number of other services for immigrants and refugees. There was a guy, he was the director of Ethiopian Orchestra. He wanted to start a museum in Washington, D.C. He collected artifacts from all over Ethiopia. Unfortunately, he got ill and couldn't operate the museum. So he gave all his collections to the Ethiopian embassy to use it or to give it to somebody who can use it. But it was there for 13 years in the basement. And when we knew that he has some collections, we contacted the person. He was in the nursing home. He was very glad, and he authorized us to take it from the embassy. We dug from the dust. Many of the items were eaten up by bugs, and we brought them here, and now we are cataloging and trying to raise some funds to open the museum. My hope is, to stay healthy and work on the museum, volunteer to work on the museum. It is really very difficult to raise funds. Even it's very difficult to raise for some basic needs, to raise funds. The future of small organizations or the cultural centers is not promising. From my experience, I think the American public appreciates cultural diversities. And through our museum, we can connect with other group of people, as well as we can educate our children about their cultural heritage. And even for adults, just helps them to reflect on their cultural backgrounds in many ways.
I met Dr. Erku Yimer some time ago in the 80s. He was someone whom I looked up to. When I served as the president of the Nigerian National Alliance, he was the guy who advised me on how to deal with our people because I was a younger guy than the people that I was in charge of. This man has provided the greatest leadership, not only to the Ethiopian community, and I say this as a fact, he has provided one of the most dynamic leaderships in the African community.